Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner Comedic Edition, man. I get so excited because, man, I love just laughing, like having tears come out my eyes type laughing, man. But before I go ahead and bring these gentlemen on, I need y'all please make sure y'all like, you comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you are not missing any more of anything that I have going on. The first person that I want to bring out to the stage, he really needs to stop announcing to his woman that he's about to nut. Like, what do you want her to do? Run and hide? Just blast her. John, please stop announcing that. Okay? Like, just blast her, doggone it.
Yeah, that's what I used to do, but she told me to announce it. She wanted like some preparation. But sometimes I hit her with like the surprise, you got to keep them on their toes.
Love it. Love it. Let me go to the next person. I let him know that if she takes her panties and pants off at the same time, he needs to use a condom, but he still didn't listen. Tony, I don't know why you like being hard-headed. What's wrong with you?
Hey, you know what? You got to go in raw these days. You got to live. You got to live. If you don't go raw, you're not living life. Take risks, take chances,
That's right. Go raw. Let God be your condom. That's my motto. This last person I'm going to bring to the stage, his last woman loved using vinegar on her vagina, but the problem was her ovaries ended up turning into pickled eggs. Ryan, like, I'm so sorry that you keep having to deal with these bad batch of women, sir.
In life, I've also heard that you have to take risks, and that's just another risk for me.
I love it.
It's kind of like a science experiment because when you got the one ingredient, you had baking soda, then it's just a whole volcano of
just a little bit of you got to marinate it. That's what you got to do.
Seasoning.
Tastes better.
It tastes better. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, listen, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on my podcast and everything else like that. And I appreciate you. This is like Tony's first time he's breaking his virginity, man. So listen, it's going to feel great. All right. Like the first time. Wait, aren't you still a virgin, Tony? Don't even answer that. In the interest of news of the week, let me come to John first. So a true story. This woman was in Florida. And so she was arrested for impersonating a DCF worker to kidnap a 9-year-old from their babysitter. And she was doing it because she was trying to help a friend from her church regain custody. So, John, what are your thoughts on that? It seems like a noble thing, right?
I mean, that's a good friend, I guess. I don't know. It's like, was the parent that lost custody aware of this plan? That's what it all hinges on for me. Mm-hmm. It's like, here's your kid back. Like I didn't want them back, I know some parents that are like that. I don't know. That's that's a hard thing to get away with, I feel like I don't that's like a half-cooked plan, it's like that the police are going to show up, the kid's back at your house, you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then the cops are at the door, you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? And you have to try to explain that it was your friend from church that kidnapped them. Like, they're not going to buy that.
Okay, love the answer. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
It's always funny when you hear a story about a kidnapping. I'm like, is the kid asleep or he was abducted? Just be clear with what we're doing here. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's just like kidnapping. It's like, because like a cop's like, yeah, like, calling a station. He's like, yeah, we got a kidnapping. It's like, where's he sleeping at? It's like, no, he's missing. It's like, all right, well, why didn't you start with that? Like, and then it's just like too many. You hear about these kidnappings, but never like a high profile dog napping anymore. Like nobody dogs anymore, I mean, like, I feel like the dogs would be a little like, that's an easier move there. You're like, I have your dog, you want your dog back. It's just like, there's no Amber Alert for a dog, so you're already like on a lower level of a crime, and I feel like it's just not as crazy of a crime, you're like, I took a dog, like, what's the crime here? Dog napping? Like, you could have been just sleeping, but I don't know.
Let me, before we come to Tony, what's so crazy? You are so right about that. and I always thought that dogs, like, you know, they would care about that. You know, you can't actually show violence. Like, it's funny how TV works. They can show us getting annihilated on television, right? Oh, but don't kill a dog. And I'm like, can someone please explain the logic behind that? But anyway, Tony, what are your thoughts on the interesting news?
I mean, nothing says good parenting like child abduction. You know, I feel like that's one way to get the kid back, at least for a little bit. You know, but that's crazy. And from church, what kind of church is this? Like what kind of what are they planning? Right? Like this is like for sure. The cops are gonna believe this. This is gonna go great. The kid is just gonna get in the van, and even then, who had the kid? Who's the kid? Who the fuck was the kid with to begin with? From somebody. So somebody lost the kid, right? So obviously the person that the kid went to wasn't that good looking after them to begin with. So I just think whoever this kid goes with, they're doomed. Like nobody, like they just yeah, like
so lose.
Lose. It's either child abduction or child neglect. Regardless, the kid's gonna have to choose a crime.
The fact that it happened at a church, your first thought is Jesus Christ. Like, where were you, buddy? Like, you know.
Oh man.
Wait, you know what? Hold on. Okay, so real quick, speaking of church, right? So I read, there was this part in the Old Testament I read where this story, it seems like she was just trying to do a copy and paste of like what she learned from the Bible. But I'm like, bro, you failed, okay? So what happened was the youngest king there was, I think he was king at 7. So imagine y'all have a king who's like 7 years old. Like have y'all ever worked with someone who your supervisor was younger than you? And you're like, what to do? You don't tell me what to do, right? So anyway, what happened was this king got kidnapped. His aunt had kidnapped him because they were going around killing these boys or whatever, right? And so I think she just took that from that part of the Bible, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think you really thought this through. Like, did you? What was the outcome going to end up being? And actually, y'all, I remember one time there was this baby who probably had to be like 2 or 3 years old. I don't know if you guys have ever lived in a neighborhood where you have random babies just walking the streets. Do y'all live in that type of neighborhood? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. All right, cool. So this random baby is just out like by my apartment, and I just hear this crying, and I'm like, what the heck? So I go outside. Me and my neighbor go outside. The baby's like diaper is like hanging to the ground, like, you know, a dog that hasn't got neutered yet. The balls are just dropped down there and it's dragging. And it's like, you know, like a dustpan and everything else like that. Like, bro, chop the balls off. This is animal neglect, right? Back to the story. So this baby's diaper is full. And so we call the police, of course. And as soon as the police is showing up, then somebody it looked like they popped out the trees. I like a Tarzan moment, flew down and was like, what are you doing? I can't believe you. Like, you know how people like to listen. Black folks love doing this. They love they know that they late for work. They go in stomping, angry, getting mad. Like, oh man, I can't believe it was traffic, you know, going off. Knowing like, bro, you just woke up late. Just be honest, okay? Own up to it, right? So the person comes out acting a fool. The baby goes back with them, but I'm like, bro, like, come on now, you wasn't fooling nobody. It looked like an ET version of a stud. But whatever you were, coming outside, trying to act a fool in front of police. We're not doing that. So that goes to my random poll question for y'all. You know, since this talks about friendship, Tony, let me come to you first. What's something that you've done to show you were a real ride or die type friend, and you really thought like, bro, that was dumb for me to have done that?
I got arrested once with them. I didn't commit a crime, you know, but it was like solidarity. And I was like, oh, you know, because this girl, she spit on the police. Like, oh, you know. And I was like, don't touch her, right? When she was in the wrong, she shouldn't have done that, you know. But I was like, I'll show you I'm a ride or die, right? And you know. That was not, and then I had to pay bail, and I was like, "Fuck! I didn't think this through." It wasn't even like we were in the same prison. She was in the female side, I was in the male side. So they were like, "What'd you do?" And I was like, "Nothing." And they're like, "Yeah, we've heard that before." So that was the worst thing.
Do you still talk to her?
No, she's still in prison, but unrelated. You know.
Hilarious. Ryan, go ahead. Same question with you.
You know, there's definitely been times where I was like, you know, I'm not going to snitch on anybody. I'm like, I'm not a snitch. But like, I mean, specifically this one time we were at an assembly and I had gotten a laser pointer from down the shore. I was probably like 14, maybe 13. And I got a laser pointer and it was the last day of school. It was the assembly. And I had my laser pointer on me and I was like hitting his teacher on stage. I was circling his mouth and then circling his penis. I was like, this would be funny. Like, and everybody was laughing and they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I was doing it for like a good 30 minutes. Yeah, so then like they zeroed in on which row it was coming from. So they took all like 8 of us out. And my friend had a laser pointer too. And but they ended up sitting us all down one by one. They pulled us all aside. Somebody snitched on me and said like it's in his shoe. And they found my laser pointer and they were like, well, there's definitely another one. Who was it? And I like knew who it was. And I was like, I'm not saying anything. It's like I won't give up the names. And then they were like, all right, well, like then you're not going to be part of my AV club anymore. So I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, you jeopardize my future because I was being funny.
What about that kid? Have you spoken to him since? Do you still talk to him?
For sure, yeah. He's probably still has his laser pointer. They took mine.
I love it. What about you, John?
All right, this is a bit of this is like a 4-minute story. Okay, so
go ahead.
I lived in this apartment a while ago, and it was a crazy deal. Like a huge place, washer, dryer, huge balcony, everything. It was a sick deal. Okay. So at the time, this was like we're the 9th year in, and now the roommates it's me, a friend of mine, his super hot 20-year-old sister who was never there but always paid rent, so perfect roommate. And then he brought in this other friend of his who was he was staying in the spare room. We were charging him $220 a month for rent, fucking dirt cheap, okay? Mm-hmm. So the owners, they sell the building. And so now they've got the new owners coming in to like do like an inspection. Now, in the way it works in Quebec, if an owner of the building finds someone who's not on the lease living in the building, that's grounds to terminate the lease right away, which is what the new owners, that's perfect for them because they have to give us 6 months free rent because they're going to renovate and evict everyone so they can triple the price. So the first 2 times they came, I went to this guy's, his name was, we'll call him Jim. So I went to Jim and I was like, look, here's like a 3.5 of weed or whatever. Just go take a walk for like an hour and a half. So he's not here while they do the inspection. So, but then the 3rd time, the night before, Jim and my other roommate, I don't know, we'll call him Jerry, they get into a fist fight. Now, I don't know, if you were to ask them now what the fight was about, I bet you neither one of them remembers. So I could hear them arguing, and I'm trying to break it up, like simmer down the situation, but it keeps going and going over like 6 hours, and eventually they start swinging on each other. So now the guy who's not on the lease, he barricades himself in the spare room. This is about 4 a.m. The new owners are coming to do the final inspection at 6 a.m. So I'm pleading with him. I'm like, dude, just fucking here's $100. Here's a set of weed. Just take a walk. He's not doing it. He's not having it. So what I did is I met the owner, the old owners and their kids and the new owners and the inspector in the staircase with no shirt on. I'm like, look, guys, I'm really sorry. I got into a fight. I broke up with my boyfriend last night and he's not taking it very well. He's barricaded himself in the spare room. I don't know if they bought it, but it was just enough for them to like not evict everyone.
That's pretty good.
When in doubt, go gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're not really going to question too much of that. They're like, I don't even want to get involved.
Exactly. It's too awkward to like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know that's an actual CIA tactic, right?
Never even heard of this. I'm using this.
This was a CIA thing. So they would say, like, if you're ever, always meet up at a hotel. So if you ever have an enemy that breaks in through the door, just take off all your clothes and jump in bed with the guy, and no one will question what you're doing there. So this, you know, John, you got CIA level in thinking. That was quick, you know.
Man,
well, I had it.
you
I didn't. It was. I had it on the back burner. It was always we would joke about it with some other. Like, what are you gonna say if they ever catch someone living there? I'm like, I'll just say it's my boyfriend or something. And it had been kind of like a running gag, and then I was like, holy shit, they're coming up the stairs. Like, I'm actually gonna have to use this excuse. Like,
Wow.
I was like, should I put a shirt on, or is it more believable if I'm shirtless? I feel like it's more believable if I'm shirtless. I don't know. Anyway. that was fun. Anyway, though, we had to evict the guy after he decided he wasn't going to pay rent anymore. It took like 3 months to evict him. It was a whole thing. But the landlords never found out.
That's a long breakup.
Yeah, yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. As you were talking, I got 2 stories. I'll try to do both of these in a matter of 2 minutes, right? So the first thing that I can think of was I was 14 years old, same like, with Ryan. I was 14 years old. And have y'all's parents ever try to like pair their friends' kids with y'all and be like, oh, you guys are the same age. I bet you guys are gonna be best of friends. And you're like, why would y'all do that? Like, let me choose my own friends, right? This case in point, this girl named Alexis. I remember my mother, I don't remember the woman's name, her mother, but she said, y'all, I'm gonna take y'all to Six Flags for the summer. I'm like, okay, now Alexis was 2 years older than me. So we're in the gift shop and Alexis starts stealing. Now, mind you, I ain't never been around no thief before, so I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should play it off. What do I do? I'm just sweating bullets, right? And so at this point, she's like, hurry up, we go. It was like I was being trampled on. It's kind of like, when black folks start running, you don't ask no questions. You just automatically start running. But I didn't know what to do. I'm like, well, let me just hurry. I remember the security guards were all around. Like, they just swarming in, kind of like on us, but we had escaped. I said, okay, thank God. And so I asked her when her mother stepped out the car, I said, why did you steal? And she says, because I like it. And that was the last time I hung out with her. That was the last time I hung out with Alexis. That I didn't say nothing to her mama. I didn't say nothing to my mama. This is my first time telling this. Okay, so y'all say nothing either. Anyway, so that's the that's the first story. I know there was a second one, but I can't remember another ride or die type moment that I thought.
I have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question for you. Do you still talk to Alexis?
I don't know where Alexis is. No, I hope she's still not stealing. Like you hope that people grow out of it at some point. Because listen, I don't. Let me ask y'all a real quick last question, and then we're going to end the podcast. John,
was the girl whose bail you paid named Alexis by any chance?
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, it might connect. Really? It was Alexis. How'd you know? Man.
That's amazing. Okay, what were you gonna? Sorry, you were gonna ask me something, Kyndra.
The question about stealing. What's the dumbest thing somebody's ever stolen from you that you were like, bro, are you serious? Like, I would have given that to you. Like,
my virginity. No. No, let me. I mean, I had one roommate that, anyways, but I was no, because the other shit is like, it's stuff. I don't know, if someone steals weed from you constantly when you're already smoking them up all the time. But like, in addition to me smoking him, he was breaking into my room and stealing. But I caught him eventually. I set a trap for him, like a booby trap, and I caught him. It was pretty dumb that he couldn't even think to put he didn't even think to put the bag back on the same spot in the room. It was like on the other side of the room. It was like, Jesus Christ, if you're gonna steal, at least like, do it correctly. It's just he had become so comfortable stealing from me that he didn't even think to do it. But that's not that funny. My virginity is a better answer.
Okay, Tony, real quick, what's the dumbest thing someone's stolen from you? You're like, bro, are you serious?
Yo, I was talking to this girl, right? And my friend knew I was really into her.
Uh-huh.
And then he just swoops in. And he's like, he stole her right beneath me, right? He's like, he's going out with her now. I was heartbroken until I found out that she had chlamydia. That's the dumbest thing he stole, because I'm chlamydia free, since 93. Come on now. And so that was the one thing that he stole that he probably regrets. It was stupid,
I mean, hey. Hey, listen, that's what it is. Ryan, go your turn. Go ahead.
I had a roommate in college who was stealing. He was stealing everything out of my room. I mean, he was taking weed. He was taking condoms. It was just like, and then he was taking money from me. And I was like, but it was like funny because like I was getting free condoms from campus, and they like weren't good condoms. And I was like, you're doing me a solid by taking these if you're doing anything. Because I'd find my condoms in his room, and I was like, dude, what's going on here? I was like, dude, they give them out for free. Just go get them. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but because like then I kept running into situations where I was like, dude, I need one, and now I like don't have them, and I was, this is crazy. I have to go steal my condoms back from him while he's sleeping.
So, I've had so many.
Talk about a conundrum, right? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm sitting back thinking, that's funny. I'm sitting back thinking about like, you know, different people stealing stuff from me. My brother, my brother stole my tank top. I was like in high school. And so I had my clothes laid out. I was like, oh, I ironed my clothes. I was good, right? I had everything. And then I walk in the room and I'm like, where's my tank top? But mind you, he stole so many different things over a course of time. And he wore my tank top to school. And I said, you can't be serious. That really had pissed me off. No, I'm good now. But at the time it had pissed me off. But you know, like I said, it didn't matter what it was. He stole my money. I was dropping this kid off in the neighborhood because he had to go to alternative school. Both of them did. And so he stole the gas money that was supposed to be given to me. He went to go pay to go get a haircut, right? They messed his hair up bad. Like the barber probably was on coke that day, crack probably, and just did a horrible job. Like this is BMX games. Like he was just doing all these, you know, I said, that's what you get. That's what you get. You don't just steal from me. You know, so that's how I look at that. But anyway, John, take us out. Where are you going to be performing? Shout out your socials.
I'm performing all over the place. You can catch me at N Bar on Mackay Street, Hurley's on Crescent Street tonight. And in 2 weeks from now, I have a show at this restaurant called Pizza Logis, also on Mackay. If anyone wants to come check that out. And my socials, it's at John Allen Comedy, JONALLEN Comedy. And Facebook, it's just John Allen. It's a green display picture. It's me and a bunch of other football coaches. We're walking on the field.
Okay, you're a football coach?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you teach for like middle school, high school, college?
High school.
Okay.
So I'm doing like 14-year-olds basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing them? No.
Yeah, I'm doing them, baby. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out what position is best for them, but
I think about Remember the Titans, you know. So, Tony, tell
better
us
if they don't remember. But
tell us where they can find you on socials. You have a website, any shows that you have up and coming that we can support?
Yeah. You can find me at Instagram, T_DeVillain, or just Tony Davilla. You see my goofy ass face just smiling at you in the circle. I'm performing next Tuesday at Nate Jackson's Comedy Club. I'm doing also the Tacoma Comedy Club next Thursday. You can find me there if you're in the Washington area. Hit me up, and yeah, I'm always down to have people at the show. The more the merrier.
Okay, well, that means all three of us have to come. Ryan, you told me last time you have a bunch of shows in May. What do you have? Anything tonight, or what's your web? You know, where can we find you?
Nothing tonight. The Flyers tonight. Hope they win, and then we got a couple shows in May out in Philadelphia. Follow me on my social. I'll be posting them all on there. I got tons of yard sale content coming out right now too on my YouTube. Check that out. It's a lot of fun. I'm at yard sales, buying stuff in the front lines, just looking to haggle with people and sell their stuff online for more money than what they sold it to me for.
Nice.
It's fleecing season.
I love it. Well, thank y'all so much. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of my guests for coming on. Tony, listen, I hope this is not going to be the last time that I see you. You know, if it is, and you ain't the first man to walk out of my life, okay? It's been a great time. Make sure you guys please like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you are not missing any more exclusive interviews. With that being said, you all be blessed. You all be safe. We're out. Thank y'all.